Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. My name is Melinda if you're new to my channel, and if you're returning, welcome in. Today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a departure from what I normally do. I had mentioned in a video, I think it was in my Q&A, about maybe doing some cooking segments or something, and I was making cheater crock pot chicken and dumplings that night. So I did film it that night, so I'm going to, it's been a while, but I'm going to put that in with this and do a little segment on that. And it's cheater. I used to make the whole thing from scratch. Like I would make my own chicken broth, cook the whole chicken, do the whole thing from scratch. I cheat with chicken broth, which I had chicken bone broth because that's all we could find. And I cheat with a rotisserie chicken, which I was very happy to find. And I thought it would be fun. We're all kind of going through this craziness right now. I'm going to show you what I have in my refrigerator, my freezer, and my pantry. My pantry is not one of those glamorous pantries where everybody's taken their flour out of the flour and put it into a container that says flour. I'm going to be honest with you, those pantries look really pretty. I can't imagine how bored I would have to be to do that. I really can't. Like, I don't care if it's in a box that says spaghetti. So if you're expecting a glamorous pantry, there's not one. I have a grocery pickup today. You'll see my fridge is pretty bare, so I'm hopeful. I did a grocery delivery from Whole Foods on Sunday. You'll see everything that I purchased from them and several what we've already eaten. I was lucky to get a time slot. I'm actually doing 3 deliveries, one delivery and 2 pickups this week. The reason for that is you can't get everything at one store. Whole Foods only left out 3 items, so that was awesome. So I'm going to Walmart today, mostly for dry goods, medicines, stuff like that, not a lot of food. And then I'm going to Kroger tomorrow and hopefully getting fresh food and produce and stuff like that. My canned goods are pretty stocked. You know, if I don't get anything, I have enough stuff that we can make for a while, minus the fresh stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping to get that. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I just thought that might be something interesting because we're all buying, you know, different things right now, because I'll like make a list and you'll go to the store and you can't find half of the things. So you gotta like, you know, tweak your recipes and all that stuff. I did go grocery shopping last Wednesday. I hope to never set foot in a store again until this is over. I thank everybody who works in the stores. I thanked them all when I was there. Such a hard job right now. Where I live, they're not limiting who can go in the store or how many people, and it wasn't that crowded, but nobody was social distancing. Nobody. And everybody was touching everything. And a worker, he was probably just had allergies, but he coughed towards me. That freaked me out. So we are doing what's recommended when we get things home and wiping them off with Clorox wipes. I mean, you know, clearly there's some things that you can't do that with, but, you know, trying to be as safe as we can be. As many of you know, my daughter is a registered nurse. The virus is at her hospital, and we're all concerned, all of us, on some level. And I told her, you know, I think I'm going to start filming, you know, my channel again. I told her I was going to upload my unboxing, and she was thrilled with that. She's like, go do that. Do anything that's going to give you any kind of joy right now. She's like, it doesn't change the situation. So I will be going forward in the future. There will be no unboxings for a very long time for me. I am not in the mood to shop, except for groceries. I'm not in the mood to shop for groceries either. I'm never in the mood to shop for groceries. That's my least favorite thing to do, which is why our fridge is so bare. Yeah, I don't like grocery shopping. And if I had any, you know, forethought, I went, before all this really got bad, I went to the grocery store on Monday and Costco, not this week, several weeks ago, and got everything I needed. And I tend to forget ingredients. Do you guys do that? Like, I'll make my list and I will just skip an aisle altogether. Well, I came back on Thursday and it was like the night before Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve. I was just like, what is everybody doing? I just got eggs, bread, and I think milk. I got 3 things. Everybody's carts were overflowing. I'm not saying I should have overflowed my cart, but I should have got a few more essentials, fresh things. You know, I don't agree with the overbuying by any means, but I should have got a little bit more than that, because we went back to the store that Saturday because we were having a cookout. This is the last time we got to be with our children. I did get to see my daughter Sunday at her wedding, but we didn't get to eat. It was ceremony only, and but we were having them over for a cookout, and we were missing all sorts of ingredients. So my husband went back to the store that Saturday, and he got, you know, enough to get us through the week. We just don't, I shop in bulk for a lot of things, like at Costco, like coffee, paper towels, water bottles, soap, laundry soap, stuff like that, but not really food, because there's just the 2 of us, so we don't, you know, shop that way. So then all of a sudden you can't find anything. So anyways, we'll see what I end up with today. I have not bought any Clorox wipes, any sanitizer, any of that stuff. I, again, shop in bulk at Costco, and I have, I've always used Clorox wipes. They're in every bathroom in this house, and I have an unopened pack of 4. I did have an unopened, I have a 5th one, which I gave to my daughter on Sunday. Happy wedding gift, here's some Clorox wipes. And I gave her some Purell hand wipes too. But I just went through every cabinet in my house and found every little hand sanitizer that we had, put one in all 3 cars, and, you know, asked my girls if they needed one. And at the time, they didn't. And, you know, I didn't see them for a while. So she said she would like that, so I gave that to her. And, yeah, my daughter, who's a nurse, says it does no use to use gloves or wear a mask. I am wearing gloves today, even though I'm staying in my car. I'm still wearing gloves. And if I had a mask, I would wear it too. I believe her, but everybody has a different take on that. And yeah, I'm just trying to turn the TV off, get some food, stay in for 2 weeks, me and my husband. And if we can't find anything, and if I don't get anything, you'll see with what I show you. I mean, it might be having spaghetti every day, but we will be fine. We'll be chubby, but we'll be fine. But, so for the chicken and dumplings, I will put the recipe down below. I always, you know, when I do recipes, which isn't that often, I will put it down below. My family loves this recipe. I've been making this for at least 15 plus years. And like I said, usually did it the proper way for a long time. And it's so much easier when you cheat. It's easier. So I am dressed super glamorous today. I have on my California Dreamin' sweatshirt and some leggings. And I am dreaming of California, although it is sunny here today. So had a lot of rain. But I hope that you enjoy this, and let me know in the comments down below, how are you coping with everything? Are you able to get what you need that's necessary for you? So they have here restrictions on almost everything. So last week, the only meat they had at the grocery store was, and I talk about that because I already filmed my pantry, was just ground beef. Like not ground chuck, not 80/20, not ground sirloin, which is the cheapest ground beef that you can get, and it's not that tasty. There was a limit of 2. I bought 2. But even before there was limits, like when my husband went in to get stuff for barbecuing and with the girls, we didn't overbuy. So the milk was fully stocked milk, and that one was a limit of 1. And I will show you again, I got a small milk and I got an almond milk, and I wasn't sure if they would let me get the small milk because I didn't know if that counted, but I think it's just big milks that counted, but I needed that for a recipe. But they're limiting a lot of stuff. The bread aisle was completely stocked, the kind that I like. There was only 2 loaves left. My husband really likes it more than me, but it's okay. Bread is bread. I would have bought any bread. The eggs were completely empty. There was 2 cartons of eggs. One was a dozen, and it was open and mashed. And I was like, ugh. Then there was an 18-pack, which is what I normally buy. I usually buy an 18-pack every week because I eat. That's one of my main sources of protein. I eat them. That's why. And there was 1 left. I'm like, there's no way. They're going to be busted. They're going to be shredded. There's just no way. I opened them up and I was like, yes, I got eggs. It's like, what are people doing with eggs? Like, what are they doing with them? Are people like already preparing for Easter? Like, I don't understand what you're doing with all the eggs, but I do feel really, really bad. there's a family that has 6 children. So there's 8 of them that they're feeding, and these restrictions make it really, really hard, especially if your children like to have cereal for breakfast or sandwiches for lunch, because there was a limit on the bread, there was a limit on meat. I mean, it's really hard to cook for a family of 6, and these were like 1-pound packages. So I don't know how they would do it, but there needs to be some way that people that actually need it and have large families can get more than people like me who, there's 2 of us. So I don't know, that was my little soapbox. I didn't mean to do that, but I don't know. I'm curious, like I've heard different things around the world. Some people are saying their countries no longer will deliver groceries. You have to physically go in the store. I mean, all sorts of stuff are changing, but the point of this wasn't to be gloomy, and I am being gloomy, so I'm wearing yellow, so I can't be that gloomy. So I'm gonna head out. I am not gonna film again after this because I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna put a ponytail on, I'm gonna start reading my book again. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I am reading The Devil Wears Prada, probably one of the last people to read it. It's a really fun read, and I checked this out from the library prior to all this, and I got the sequel as well. So I've just been working out a lot, walking a lot, and not shopping a lot, which is, it's weird. We'll see if it gets in my cart, but if you watch my my Pamper Yourself favorites, I'm almost out of some Aquaphor lip balm. I bought some of that at my Walmart order today. We'll see if I get it. But okay, so let's go on the tour, and then I will share the recipe with you. Okay, so the top shelf, just have butter. I always buy unsalted, and some baking soda. We have some cream cheese, spreadable butter, which I could not find again at the store last time. So I got Kerrygold because this is almost empty. We don't eat jelly, but my mom does, and she was just here recently, so I always keep little bitty jars for her. Then a bottle of La Marca, because you never know when you're going to need that. We could not find chicken broth, so we got chicken bone broth to make a few recipes with. I have a small whole milk, a thing of egg whites, which we always have. I love to use this to make scrambled eggs with a whole egg. And we do unsweetened almond milk. And as you can see, our shelves are pretty bare. The top here, we've got some pickles, some cottage cheese, some sour cream. This is the best store-bought ranch. It's really good. Mustard, condiments. There are leftovers from last night's dinner, which is chicken enchilada chili. I have a thing of eggs, some leftover salmon from lunch yesterday. I have some Parmesan cheese, cream cheese, and string cheese. And then in this compartment is where we keep the rest of our cheese. I've got Colby Jack, I've got Colby and Colby Jack, and then we shredded some last night to go with the enchiladas. The other side again, quite bare. We've got some organic unsweetened vanilla almond milk, which I like for smoothies, a little bit of heavy whipping cream for recipes, the largest mayonnaise in the world, which I just grabbed at Costco because we were running out, hot sauce, cranberry juice, orange juice, another almond milk because I was running low, so I went ahead and picked that up, and then Worcestershire and Cholula sauce. I don't really eat any condiments, but mayonnaise, clearly. And then here I have celery. I always cut it up and put it in a Tupperware with water. My husband likes to snack on that, and I like to make tuna salad with it. And then we've got some bubbly water. So I'm really hoping that I get my grocery pickup order because we don't have a lot. And here we've got a bunch of barbecue sauce and another salad dressing. So let's move to the freezer, which is a little bit better stocked. Well, actually, this is still the refrigerator here. So in this drawer, I have a chuck roast, which I'm about to cook. And then I have 2 ground beef burgers. and then 1 package of bacon. And then here we've got just some sandwich stuff. There's some chicken lunch meat in there, and just some cheese. And then I always have, that's Lola, I always have American cheese. This Swiss cheese is for my daughter when she comes over, and I got an extra American just because we were about to run out, and I got that before all of this started. In our vegetable drawer, it's pretty sad and pretty empty. I've got some carrots. I cooked all the vegetables yesterday. I have a bag of salad and half of a tomato. And then down to the freezer portion. So our freezer has a bunch of drawers, which makes it really nice for organizing. And again, you can see not fully stocked. I like the Amy's meals. We bought a few Stouffer's meals, Amy's enchiladas, 100% garden vegetable pasta, and then this was really not good ground beef. That's why I froze one. It's the only meat I could find last week, and you were allowed to buy 2 of them, and I did use it last week, but I'll use this too. But it's like the cheapest ground beef you can get. It's just market ground beef. These I've had for a while. I was intending on making soup with them. Most everything in here I've had for a while. I don't do a lot of frozen foods, but I did pick up these 2 vegetable packets last week because I have a lot of vegetable broth, and I plan on making soup with those. And then down here I have some good ground beef from Whole Foods. This is almost empty. I think there's like 3 of those left. Taquitos, organic veggie burgers, which we've had forever, and they're still sealed, and mini tacos, which those are almost empty. So there's not going to be a lot left in here very soon. I did buy us each an ice cream as a treat, and we really don't eat sugar. I got my husband toffee bar crunch, and I got me cookie dough. If you like sea bass, this is fabulous. It is from Whole Foods, and it's really, really good. With a little bit of frozen chicken breast left. I accidentally bought this salmon because I'm really bad, and I've always been really bad about not completely checking what I have, and that's the wrong kind, but I'm going to eat it anyways. And I have a full one at the time. I bought that because this is what I usually buy, and I had 1 fillet left, but I had already picked some up, so I have a lot of fish. And again, all of this except for the sockeye I've had prior to everything going on. I have the cod, and then I also have the fish sticks, and I always get them from Whole Foods. So let's move to the pantry. It's the oldest step stool in the world, which I'm going to stand on so I can show you from the top to the bottom. And up here we have cereal, Cheerios. I bought this on accident. I meant to get regular Raisin Bran, and this is really good. So I bought another one of those, and then there is what I meant to get. Grape nuts, Raisin Bran, oatmeal. I did pick this up at Costco that Monday. That was crazy. For my husband to have coffee. This is one of my favorite treats. It is Skinny Pop popcorn. I got that from Costco. There's our paper plates. I did pick up some paper towels, and there is some leftover Christmas candy up there. Napkins, straws, Ziploc bags. I guess I should have started on the very top. Paper towels, different things for if you're going somewhere with food. And I, again, didn't check my pantry, so I have extra napkins. I usually get this kind, the Kirkland brand, but they didn't have those. And my husband puts things where I even on a step stool. So yeah, I forgot that I had those. So got extra napkins on accident. Then down here is my protein powders, my peanut butter, and my almond powder. This is my new favorite. This is really good. There's no flavor. This is why I got the vanilla almond milk, and I mixed some peanut butter, protein powder, and some of the almond protein powder too with it, and it's really good. This is Skinny Pop popcorn, a little thing of nuts for snacks, Triscuits that we've had for a while. I was lucky to get a loaf of bread last week. There was only 2 loaves of this kind left. I would have gotten something else, but we don't eat a lot of bread, but nice to get that. My husband does not like my organic peanut butter. I've had these for a while. I'm still working on this one, and they were on sale at Target. These are my favorite, Simply Balanced organic crunchy peanut butter. And once you do get it really stirred, if you eat it a lot, it stays stirred. All he could find was Honey Roast Creamy, which he wasn't super crazy about. He was able to find this like a week later, because he likes to eat he doesn't like the oil part. We usually don't have chips like this. We've got a lot of chips. We've been doing a little snacking, stress snacking. We've got Doritos, we've got Tostitos, which that actually was for the dinner last night, and then regular wavy Lays. And then that is my husband's. He likes the granola bars. I always get a big thing of cups from Costco. Probably had those a year now. This is our Halloween candy. We don't eat sugar, and some of it's Christmas candy. And then this is some really delicious dark chocolate that Bulgari sent me for Valentine's Day, which was really nice, but I just don't eat a whole lot of chocolate or sugar. This is a little box that we got for Christmas, and just has a whole bunch of different teas. This is one of my favorites. This is from Harrods. It's their English breakfast tea, and theirs is different than ours in that they do not, show this to you with one hand, they don't put them in individual wrappers. Sorry for this noise, like we do in the USA. They're just like loose down in there versus like how we do them here, like the wrappers. So more tea, and I don't know why I have this, and this probably is expired. I'm sure it is. I do know why I have that. I bought that a long time ago because I was going to start trying to drink the apple cider vinegar, and that's gross, and I still have the apple cider vinegar. Here's the little jellies I was telling you about. Some of these have been gifts, like in little Christmas sets, and I just keep those for my mom. And then we've got organic honey. Then down here, all of our spices. The Tabasco, isn't that funny? We don't eat that, and we keep that for when company comes over. And I don't see any mini ketchups. We usually have that. We don't eat ketchup either. And then I've got a couple of Gatorades, some water bottles. I always have water bottles, not having anything to do with the pandemic, but having to do with living in Tornado Alley. So that's important. So I got rice, I got brown rice, I've got shells, I got shells with cheddar sauce, a couple of spaghettis, and brown rice, jasmine rice, egg noodles, which I use in a lot of recipes. This is from a Korean market, I think. My daughter got it for my husband. So some spicy ramen, some more noodles. This I picked up last week. My daughter and I were shopping on the same day, and I asked her what she wanted me to get if she couldn't find it, and she said any kind of pasta that's not made out of chickpeas. But she was able to find pasta. And they do have a limit here on almost everything. The pasta was 2. Most of the pasta you're seeing in here I have had longer than this is gone. All of these I've had. That's not new. The only new ones are the spaghetti and the linguine I just showed you. Same for the sauce. We've had all the sauce with the exception of I bought for my daughter, I bought her 2 marineras last week because she had asked for that, and there was a limit of 2 on sauce. But she actually found that. So the soup is my husband's. He likes to have soup for lunch. I'm not a canned soup fan. Got a little bit of cream of mushroom, rotel, which I really like rotel in recipes, tomato sauce, chickpeas, black beans. I have a lot of canned green beans, which I always do because that's the only canned vegetable that I really like. And we've got some canned peas and corn. This we've had for a long time. I keep these for Lola. There's days when she just won't eat. The salmon, the canned salmon over here, I've had that for a long time. The only new thing here, I did pick up another tuna, but we've had all those. I make tuna salad usually at least once a week, so that is something we always have. On the bottom is like baking stuff, and there's breadcrumbs, there is powdered sugar, brown sugar, cocoa powder. This is one of my favorite things, Simply Balanced. There's olive oil, organic spray, and canola oil. I did get this at Costco. I was almost out of olive oil. And there's my taco shells. I make a lot of things with broths. Most of these are vegetable broth. I do have 2 beef broth, but I like to make my own soup. I don't like canned soup. And we have one. I do like this stuff. This stuff is actually good. And then a lot of recipe stuff that I use in recipes. There's onion and vegetable. And this is really good. You put this and you put some vegetable broth and cook your rice. It's really good. More water bottles. And again, because I did not check the pantry prior to leaving, it's where our toaster is, I bought a little thing of them at Costco last week too. So I don't take things out and label them and put them in different jars because I know it looks pretty, but I like to keep the directions, and I just see no point of, well, this one I did, but I like to have the directions, and I don't see the point of writing spaghetti on a different jar. But those pantries do look pretty. So it's just kind of plain, but yeah, you can see we need some food, so hopefully I will be able to get that on the pickup. The ingredients you'll need for the chicken and dumplings are celery, carrots, a rotisserie chicken, garlic, and chicken broth, which I used bone broth, and salt. So you put a little butter and a little oil with the chopped up vegetables, and you get those nice and sauteed. And those were the ingredients for the dumplings. You just mix those up. You take your pulled chicken and put that in a bowl off of the rotisserie chicken and just stir all of that together till it gets nice and cooked. Then you add in your chicken broth, which I forgot to show, and then you fold the chicken into that and give that a good stir. So combine it really well, and then you're going to want to bring it up to a boil. Takes a few minutes, but there we go. So you're going to boil it for a little while, and then you're going to use 2 spoons and make balls with the dough and just drop them into the hot boiling water. And then you will want to make sure that these are not too crowded. They need to simmer for about 15 minutes. You're going to want to turn the boil down, and you're going to want to just simmer them lightly. So just fill those up, and then when you're done, just give them a nice stir. I like to turn them over so that they cook evenly on both sides. And just keep flipping them like that. And then it's almost there. So once you've cooked it for about 15 minutes, it will look like it's much thicker of a sauce. And you're going to pour in about a 1/4 of a cup. You can do a half if you want, of heavy cream. And you're just going to give that a really good stir, and it gives it a really nice richness to the, they call it a gravy technically in the original recipe. And this is the finished product, and it is so yummy. So I hope that was somewhat fun. I would actually love to see other people do this. I would love to turn this into a tag, and I would love to see what's in your pantry and in your freezer and what you're cooking, because, you know, like I said, when I made the chicken and dumplings, I was so thrilled to get the rotisserie chicken. My husband could not get one. We had alternated weeks, and now I'm the one doing the shopping because I don't want him out, but he's like, they didn't have any. The deli was fully stocked. I forgot to tell you guys that when I went that Wednesday. Full on lunch meat, full on, like our deli has like potato salad and chicken, fried chicken and fried potatoes, like all sorts of stuff. Like all I got was the rotisserie chicken and a little bit of lunch meat, which I showed you. You saw that. But yeah, I would love to see that. I think it's interesting. You may find this the most boring video ever, and that's okay. I understand. And again, just to reiterate, I've said this, I don't know if I've ever said it in a video, but I've said it on Instagram. I'm not shopping. You won't see another unboxing from me for a long time. That necklace was bought before all of this. If you're shopping, that is fine. I will watch your videos. I will congratulate you, and you know, you cope how you have to cope. I will cope how I have to cope, and you know, let's all just be kind to each other and try to distract each other. So hope you have a great day. I hope to talk to you again very soon. My next video is something to do with bags, but not an unboxing. Take care. Bye-bye.